Just yesterday, 50 villages were commanded and instructed and threatened by bandits to leave their villages. And throughout the night in Kankara local government of Katsina State, throughout the night, they spent the night running helter-skelter, picking whatever they could pick to relocate from those villages. Zamfara, where we had a by-election just a few weeks ago, in 5 polling booths, the government, because of its interest, mobilized over 30,000 military people in order to forcefully take those 5 polling units. And you see the soldiers, we have tapes asking people, which party do you belong to? But yet, 50 villages were asked by bandits to vacate. And throughout the night, only God knows where they are now as I speak to you. And somebody telling you that he has stabilized the country, there is security. Of course, definitely, there would be security at the Aso Villa and the Dodam Barracks in Lagos.
I don't know why so many of you will be coming out to say the North is the problem of Nigeria. The Northern leaders are the problems of Nigeria. I don't know why. I don't know why. See, the South is always the problem of Nigeria. Enough of all these things. Who is the best president in Nigeria history? President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua. The best president in Nigeria history is Musa Yar'Adua. Now, who is the worst president in Nigeria? Arguably, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Where is he from? He is from the South. Where is Musa Yar'Adua from? Musa Yar'Adua is from the North. Yet, he is the best president in Nigeria history. Now, let's go back to the Senate president. Who is the worst Senate president and the best Senate president in Nigeria history? The best Senate president is arguably Senator David Mark and Senator Bukola Saraki. These are the 2 arguably best Senate presidents in Nigeria. And these 2 people are from the North. Now, who is the worst Senate president in Nigeria? Arguably, Senator Akpabio. You understand? Senator Akpabio stands out as the worst Nigeria Senate president in history. Now, who is the worst House of Representatives Speaker in Nigeria history? So people say Demeji Bakule, and some people say Patricia Ete. All these people are from the southern part of Nigeria. Now, who is the best House of Representatives Speaker? The best Speaker of House of Representatives, who? Senator Aminu Tambuwa, the former governor of Sokoto State. Now, again, who is the worst INEC chairman in Nigeria history? Who is the worst INEC chairman? Iwu, from the South. Professor Iwu is the worst INEC chairman in Nigeria history. The one that contested 2011 presidential election that gave birth to the president of Musa Yar'Adua. He is the worst INEC chairman. And who is the best INEC chairman in the history of Nigeria? It's actually Mamu Yakubu or Atawi Rijega. It's not even Atawi Rijega. It's Mamu Yakubu. Many people don't like Mamu Yakubu because you don't know the history about 2007 election and 2011 election. That's why people may argue. It is under the reign of Mamu Yakubu that PDP lost their states. A president lost his state. Party chairman lost their state. Every political party, every strong political party produced governor and senator. City senator lost their seat. City governor lost their governorship seat. House of Reps, they lost their election because of Mamu Yakubu. And many of you may think, see, so all these people that do, how is the North the problem of Nigeria? We have the North always prefer the most best among all this. How is the North the problem?
We lied a lot to the public. Government was lying. I suspected that we were lying, but I wasn't too sure. You see, when people tell you, because I was reporting the meetings, when they told us President Yar'Adua was playing with his children, the stories were not adding up. But when I confirmed that we were being fed with lies.
So at that time, you were not having access to the president?
No, nobody had access to him once he was flown abroad. Nobody had access. The cabal took over. They were in charge. of everything. It was all the president said, Mr. President said. Even when you knew they were lying, you could not be too sure. But when I confirmed that they were lying and confirmed that the president was not in a position to give instructions or sign anything, was when they went to get him signed, was it the bill, National Assembly bill? And when they came back, I started asking questions. You see, when three people say three different things, then you know that they did not come together to agree on a common lie to tell. One of them said that they stayed in another town and sent the National Assembly document for the president to sign. One of them said, the same person told me, one person said he was downstairs and sent it up for him to sign. And another person told me that he went and saw him, and the ADC and the CSO did not allow him to talk with him, and they gave it to him to sign.
Consistency.
So there was inconsistency.
That was the late Dora Akinuyi, the former DG of NAFDAC. If not for Dora, you see, the death of Yaradua would have been concealed for the remaining 6 years. Nigeria will never have known. You heard her, how they were lying here and there. She was one of the people that exposed that news before it finally got to the public. But when it happened in the case of Buhari, there was nobody to expose it. And some people out there still believe that those that brought the news that Buhari passed on earlier, long ago, they thought we are drunk. I will show you more in regards to that on this video. You just stay calm. So this was just part of how you know that your government don't know how to tell you the truth. Okay, let me take us back to barely few months ago by the former spokesperson of Muhammadu Buhari, Garba Shehu. Just what I'm displaying now. Garba Shehu told Nigerians, he confessed to Nigerians on July 11, 2025, that he circulated fake news to distract Nigerians from President Buhari's health crisis. Garba Shehu admitted this on July 11, 2025, that everything he said about Buhari's health crisis was to distract Nigeria, which means he publicly lied to the world, right? And this same government, you will say, I should believe, or you want to believe ahead of me. Now, for those that didn't know that government lies a lot, because when we brought the issue of Buhari passed on in 2017, some people actually thought we are not serious. Maybe because most of them heard it through Nnamdi Kanu, but multiple sources had it. Multiple sources had it, and I don't know why you find it very difficult to accept, but that is the fact. Somebody says, what was it that they brought to bury? I should explain. And I only ask, did you see the corpse? Were Nigerians shown the corpse of President Muhammadu Buhari? The answer is no.
Everyone in Nigeria witnessed what was called civil unrest because people cannot cope with what to eat. What is the size of the population of Nigeria? Over 230 million Nigerians. Now let's assume 50% are farmers. And for over 7-8 years, they have made a lot of profit. That profit they made is artificial.
The profit that was made?
Yes, it was artificial in economic sense because they were protected under protectionism. Under normal demand and supply, ceteris paribus, all things being equal, and that is natural law. You allow people to make trade, you allow people to go to farm, you allow people to choose career without any intervention. That is why even Prophet of Islam was allowed at his early age to be trading between Mecca and Syria of today because borders were open. And that is why even when the Pharaoh of Egypt had a dream that he saw famine coming, what he did was, as a Pharaoh, wicked Pharaoh, decided to consult those who have knowledge to give him way out. And they told him, look, the 7 cows, the lean 7 cows is 7 years of farming. What you do is you now empower farmers to produce. And after producing, you create 27 sellers and you save those things. And then, the 7 fat cows, which was the beginning, you are going to have a bumper harvest for 7 years. So in each year that you produce, consume, and then take some to sellers, 27 in number. And the 7 lean will take you to a farming season where you cannot have output, then make utilize those output,
What you said for the rainy day.
what you say for the native, and then reduce price. And in all contentions, nobody asked Pharaoh to lock borders. If he had locked borders, his parents will never have chance to even come and purchase food.
Shame to Nigeria bad leaders. Shame to Nigeria bad leaders. I pour you spit. I pour every bad leaders that are in conjunction for the downfall of this country called Nigeria. That is not making this country to work. That is not making this law of this country to work. That is not giving good development to this country called Nigeria. I pour you spit. Pour. God will judge all of you. God will judge all of you. You so-called leaders. Nigeria has different refineries, but none of them is working. 2027 now, you people will now come and use it to campaign. Why a single-handed man, Aliko Dangote, has concluded his refinery and Nigeria government licensed him, and your own refinery is not working? Is that not a shame on you people? A big shame on you people. You cannot take care of your own refinery. That means something is hidden. There is something you people are not telling us. Maybe if our refinery is working, some secret will leak out. Those strong men in charge of the crude oil, they will not be able to suck Nigeria wet again. They will not be able to play Nigeria that wayo. God is looking at you. Where is Buhari now? Where is Buhari, our former president? He's in the grave. All the money you people acquired, that you are putting Nigerians in suffering. Every day we kept borrowing, but we are not seeing the effect of that borrowing in Nigeria. No positive effect. No positive effect of that borrowing in Nigeria. Our roads are bad. Our economic is very high. Everything is high. Inflation. What will happen? Will you people die if price of fuel comes down like the way Umaru Musa did it, 65 naira per liter? Will you die? After all, this thing is a free raw material. Just make it easy. Make it easy for Nigeria to live. You people say no. Forget everything you people are doing. One day, if you people are unable to receive it, your children will receive it. It will be in a record for your children. They will surely receive the payback. Wicked leaders that have set Nigeria into suffering. Anybody involved for the setback of Nigeria, for this doom that Nigeria find itself into, all of you will die mysteriously. All of you will die mysteriously. We don't have good road. We don't have electricity. What is the essence of having a government? What's the essence of having a leader? Is that not? We are having a leader to provide all those things for us. And every day you keep on collecting tax, keep on taxing us, keep on everywhere. We are tired. We are fed up of you. We are fed up. Anyway, we are waiting for 2027. If you like, do it the way you did 2023. will meet there.
Help us understand what that expression means, the political will, because we've heard from governors of some of these frontline states complain bitterly about the current situation, about the dynamics, the operational dynamics that they're dealing with. Governor Zulum has almost every other quarter, made one outlandish statement about his inability to get the kind of response he needs. I mean, the recent attacks in Kirawa in Borno State has been taking over the news headlines. It has forced thousands to flee their communities. Army formations have been attacked in that state, and it has been a recurring phenomenon. We've heard from Governor Dauda Lawal in Zamfara State his concerns about it. He, in fact, doubled down to say, give me control of the police in, say, 2-3 months, and I would bring the banditry under control. So when you talk about political will, exactly what are you referring to? Direct orders, the game plan? Are politicians supposed to give the game plan? What exactly is the political will here?
Okay, you see, when I say the political will, there are so many things. This is why I say it has so many things. One is the fact that the directives is there, which is one of them. If the government could say, but you should know that once the government say do this, the armed forces will say give us this for us to do this. And that is where we used to have issues. Because for instance, I heard somebody was saying that why can't we bring 5,000 people to go and face Tuji? He said, why can't one officer just come out? Nobody can be able to fund moving 5,000. Because if you are to fund moving 5,000 troops, if you know the cost implications, feeding, foiling, vehicle, ammunition, and this is why when I say political will, I mean some of these things.
So the will to spend the necessary amount of resources needed.
Yes.
Is the issue here.
Not only that, if we have a lot of, the government is doing well, but there is a gap, and the gap is wide. I was in the army, I know what we require in terms of ammunition, in terms of weapons, in terms of vehicles, and in terms of logistics, there is a lot of gap. And the government is doing a lot. This is why I say prosecuting a war is very, very expensive. Let me give you a simple example. For instance, let's say you have 30,000 troops in the northeast. I'm not saying that, I'm just giving an example. If you are to feed 30,000, imagine you are going to feed all of them at maybe 3,000 in a day. 30,000 times 3,000. Imagine you are supposed to give them an operational allowance, maybe 1,000. By the time you calculate it, you calculate that number with 30 days. And then imagine when you are giving them pole, imagine ammunition. Because these are some of the gaps.
Welcome, my people. I know many of you don't listen to waiting they happen for a year, right from Buba Galadima talk down to all these guys. They talk about Tinubu and Southern people. Say the problem we Nigerians they get now separation and division will be okay they among us. Now you make all this issue they go on. Say anytime we na Southern president have been a Southern president debut, you get how Northern people make sure say they manipulate things for everything to seems like a day wrong. You should carefully know how things they go during Buhari, even as things were bad then. None of them come out to talk. Even as see waiting happen for inside this video today is a clip where one guy they talk see even the person will be see he roll out. No be Buhari we rule. Instead Northern people will manipulate that thing. Make una think say okay na Buhari they rule, but none of them come out to talk anything like that then. But now as he don't come up for their own head now where they know say okay na another person we they won't make sure say they go criticize that person tire and which is not wetin we like. Dem no fit dey do all dis thing make e dey seem like say na only dem sabi game. And for those northern youth wey una no dey use una head, wey una dey come out wan talk wetin no good, at times na una sef wey una dey do. Even when una own person bin dey, una dey cry. No be say me wey dey talk, I like how everything dey go, I no like am. But anytime wey things like dis dey come up, e should come up, everything like should be coming up equally. If you wan dey criticize one government, make sure say you dey do am equal, make im be say if your own person dey, you go talk am, if another person own dey, you go talk am. Make e no be like say na only when one person dey na im go dey talk. E no dey make sense. Make nobody come dey reason am like say okay, we na mumu, say we no get sense for south wey we dey. All of us get sense, it's just that we like good governance. Even this insecurity of the thing wey dem Galadima dey talk, na dem be the people wey be say dey cause am. There was a clip of this Baba Galadima wey come out and talk say na dem be the people wey be say okay, they make sure say they bring Buhari into power to secure their Fulani agenda. Na wetin im talk. So that same person now don come out dey talk wetin people no understand. Me, I just dey vex. I would like make una wey be say una dey hear us now, give una own thoughts concerning this, make people hear. And also if today na be your first time, make you like, share, subscribe. Thank you.